May I request everyone to rise up? Good evening, distinguished legal luminaries, respected faculty members, legal scholars, practitioners, and my dear friends. I'm Ansna Piers, and it's my absolute privilege to welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of this highly enriching two-day national event. Over the last 2 days, our college has truly served as a vibrant epicenter for critical academic discourse. Together, through rigorous technical sessions and deeply insightful panel discussion, we have explored the transformative theme, shaping the future of legal education through innovation, practice, and reforms. As we reach the culmination of this monumental second edition of the conference, we gather one last time to reflect on our learnings, honor our contributors, and draw inspiration for the road ahead. We now move to a special moment of recognition. As part of National Conference 2026, we are pleased to present the N.R. Madhava Menon Award for Highest Institutional Participation. This award is instituted in honor of Professor N.R. Madhava Menon, widely regarded as the father of modern legal education in India, whose vision transformed legal education and inspired generations of law students and institutions across the country. The award recognized the institutions that demonstrated the highest level of participation and academic engagement in this conference. We are delighted to announce that this year's recipient is Nehru Academy of Law. May I now respectfully invite our distinguished dignitaries on the dais to present the N.R. Madhava Menon Award for Highest Institutional Participation to Nehru Academy of Law. A warm round of applause, please. Thank you, sir. To set our final proceeding in motion, I invite Ms. Malavika M., Vice Chairperson, College Union, to deliver the welcome address.
Respected dignitaries on end of the dais, esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests, members of the media, and my friends, good evening. It gives me immense pleasure and the privilege to welcome you all to the valedictory function of our National Conference 2026. As we gather here at the culmination of this enriching academic journey, I extend my warmest greetings to each one of you. Over the course of this conference, we have witnessed meaningful discussions, insightful deliberations, and the exchange of diverse perspectives that have greatly contributed to understanding of our contemporary legal and social issues. I extend a special and heartfelt welcome to Justice Kurian Joseph, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, whose distinguished contributions to the Indian judiciary and the commitment to constitutional values continue to inspire generations of legal professionals and students. Sir, we are deeply honored by your presence today and grateful that you have agreed to deliver the valedictory address. I also warmly welcome Dr. Anshri Ma'am, Professor of Government Law College, Ernakulam, who will be delivering the felicitation address. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome Mr. Mayan Abubakar, Faculty of Government Law College, Ernakulam, to this valedictory function. A special welcome to Ms. Varna Annusaji, convener of this national conference. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome Advocate Raju S. Nair, PTA Vice President, whose steadfast support and commitment to the welfare and progress of our institution who have contributed significantly to its growth. I also take this opportunity to warmly welcome all our respected faculty members, delegates, researchers, paper presenters, and also participants and guests who have traveled from different institutions and places to be part of this conference. A very special word of appreciation and welcome to our union members, club conveners, student coordinators, and volunteers behind every successful event lies the tireless effort of a committed team. Your dedication, enthusiasm, and willingness to work beyond assigned responsibilities have played a crucial role in making this conference a memorable one. As we conclude this conference, let us carry forward the knowledge that we gained, the ideas exchanged, and the professional connections forged during these sessions. We hope the discussion initiated here continue to inspire critical thinking and also academic excellence and a deeper commitment to justice and constitutional values. With these words, I once again welcome all you to the valedictory function of National Conference 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Malavika. Now, I respectfully invite Dr. Anusri A., Professor, Government Law College, Ernakulam, to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, PTA President Raju Sir, Main Abubakar Sir, other dignitaries on and off the dais, warm good evening to one and all. It is both an honor and privilege for me to preside over this valedictory function of this national conference on the topic Transforming Legal Education, Innovation, Practice and Reforms. We know that the last 2 days, deliberations and discussions have taken place. And this conference is not merely an academic exercise. It is actually a collective reflection of future of justice itself. When I looked into the topic of this seminar, in fact, I was reminded by the words spoken by my professor, Pauline Rose Mattai Madam, who was teaching us public international law. The very first day when introducing the subject, Madam was telling us that a public international law which I studied is actually different from the public international law which I started teaching when I started my career. And the public international law which I am teaching you, that is us, we were in the mid of 1990s, is different. And the public international law which you may teach, and her words came true, I am thanking her that I got the opportunity to become a teacher in this same institution, that will be different from the public international law which you will teach to your students. Actually, this is not only applicable with respect to public international law. At that time when we were studying, IPR was not known to us. But when we started teaching, IPR has, today we cannot imagine an LLB program without IPR. Arbitration, we studied as part of evidence law. And investment law like that, we have not heard of that. And land law, which you often complain, that is very tough syllabus. We studied it as part of property law too. One question will be asking from that topic, what are the rights of Kudiyalappukaran? We mug up and we go and write. That was the situation at that time. But what Madam has stated us in mid of 1990s is relevant even today. What Madam was stating that there is a requirement for revision of legal curriculum whenever law changes. Law will be changing. And we have seen that at that time, we were in the midst of the first generation legal reform. That is when national law schools have emerged. And in 2000, we have again see lot of changes that has taken place with the advent of globalization. And you may be knowing, I used to tell you when you teach constitutional law, how the concept of state has been changing, diminishing concept of state, and presence of foreign universities, and the second generation legal reform which is actually resting on the pillars of expansion, inclusion, and excellence. And we have seen how legal education and the reforms have taken place during COVID times. where education system all over the world, maybe not only in India, where it has switched on to online mode. And since then, technology is governing us. Today we are living in a technology era where each and every second there is unprecedented transformation. It is affecting not only all means of our life, it is affecting even human relationship. I think the last panel discussion was on that. And even the experts on the subject, they have no idea what are the issues. And we have to incorporate that in our legal education curriculum. However, all these discussions, we have seen deliberations and discussions, we have seen that legal education, whatever changes come, whether it is AI driven or technology driven or whatever it may be, it has to be human based. And human soul is the soul of legal education. And assisted justice must not only a dream, but it must be a reality. And I really appreciate the organizers of this conference, not for those deliberations and discussions, the ideas which we have collected and which will be putting it in writing in the way of proceedings, or maybe we may be sending it to Bar Council or other policy makers. The thing which I have noted and which have actually touched me is the launching of public interest litigation initiative by the students. This is actually the success. This is what is expected from this type of conference. And I also, since I am making the presidential address, I also appreciate the students sitting here. One boy is missing. He was continuously asking questions from Tamil Nadu National Law Union. Yes, good. Yes. I appreciate all the participants for your active participation, and actually you are the assets of the nation, the future assets of the nation. I appreciate all of you, and I actually exhort you to take the pledge that let us all strive together to inculcate the culture of rule of law, inculcate the culture of constitutional values. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, it's our distinct honor to have a luminary whose judicial wisdom and unwavering dedication to justice have left an indelible mark on Indian jurisprudence. Please join me in welcoming our chief guest, Justice KURIAN Joseph, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. Sir, we are privileged by your presence and request you to deliver the valedictory address.
Professor Anis Sridin, Principal in charge of this institution and the President of this function. Professor Mayan Abu Bakr, who incidentally happens to be the guru of my daughter who studied here long back. And dear friend Raju and Malavika and Nandana, Vice Chairman and General Secretary of this association, and Nandan, the Chairman, and all the office bearers and the participants from outside state. I'm extremely happy to be part of this event, participating in a valedictory function. The first thing I noted when I entered this hall was what is written over there. So I asked one of my friends, can you please read what is written over there? That's actually the welcoming sentence. So what is written over there? Your birth is no accident. And then Our resistance is our... All right, what is the resistance? Resistance to what? Let me ask you, I want to be a boring speech. I am making a boring speech. Resistance to what? Oppression? Yes, you are absolutely right. Then, what do you resist? Oppression to, resistance to what? Communalism, capitalism. Add one more, see, corruption. Then, why do we resist capitalism? I'm just to understand. Accumulation of wealth. Just to understand how you understood it. What is the opposite of capitalism? Socialism. So what is socialism? Now, because we are from the field of law now, once you say you resist capitalism, and once you say what is not capitalism is socialism. So what is socialism? The essence of socialism is equitable distribution of wealth, just for your understanding. Equitable distribution of wealth rather than accumulation of wealth in the hands of somebody. And you know, for your information, probably the 2/3 of the wealth of the nation is in the hands of how many few? 1% of the people in the country. 2/3 of the wealth of the country is in the hands of 1% of the people of this country. So that is, since you spoke about this issue, so resistance to what? Let me come back to the core subject. I want you to understand this before you go. If you want to be really excellent, what is excellence? Oh, all right, I will ask you another question. What is the pre-requirement of transformation? Beg your pardon? Readiness to change, right? Then analysis of the problems. Then, all right. If you listen to me, I'll stop in 15 minutes. If you don't listen, I'll speak for half an hour. To the backbenchers, I'm saying. If you don't want to go early, why don't you come forward and please occupy these seats? If those people who do not want to go early, please come forward and fill up these seats. If the Prime Minister was speaking here, will you find any of these seats vacant? Will a film star is sitting here, will you leave any of these seats vacant? You will not. That shows how interested you are in an event. So this is the mindset you spoke about mindset changing, no? So you want to be if you want to be the best, you want to be the first. Unless you are in the first, you will not be the best. So be the first. Please occupy the first chairs. Why do you leave it? Backbenchers, please come forward. Let me teach you how to transform. A transformation of mindset. That's most important. Because unless you have information, you will not be able to transform. That is why the precondition is actually information. So what is the information that is required? As to what is to be changed. And why is it to be changed? So what is to be changed? You said about capitalism, corruption, communalism. Communalization of everything. Still we have some seats. If you don't mind, my dear young friends, why don't you come forward? You have royal chairs here. Not simple chairs, royal chairs. You don't want that also. I said, no, if I was in case the Vijay, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu was the chief guest here, will you find any of these vacant? Since you said from Tamil Nadu, why do you go to the back bench? You are the guests of the state. You please come to the forefront. Well, unless you change this mindset, you will not be able to make any transformation in your life. Because you should have that what you call that grit, that that courage to come forward and occupy the first seats. If you don't want to be the first, you will never be the best. So you leave no seat vacant when there is an availability of a seat in the front. Otherwise, you will only be the backbenchers. Which is the fundamental duty which speaks about excellence. Let me ask you that. Yeah, tell it fully. Why? You are in which year? Second year is very good. To strive for excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher level of endeavor and achievement. This is the fundamental duty, which Dr. Kalam used to always to tell any student he meets, to strive for excellence. So please strive for excellence and come to the front at least, which you don't want, still don't able to understand. And, have that willingness to come forward. Unless you come forward, you will never be, striking that excellence. The readiness, you said, no, readiness to change. The willingness to change, the mindset to change. That's very important. So resistance. Resistance to what? You said about this. See, actually resistance is to injustice. This is what since we are all from the field of law. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So if you are a student of law, you must know what is the concept of justice and why you have chosen to be to be in the legal career. Because you cannot be silent when there is injustice. If you see a structure unjust, you will always resist it. So is our society a just society? Why is it unjust? You said about communalization, corruption. There are criminalization. There are several C's in that. But 3 at least you said. So it's an unjust society. Basically, there is a discrimination on the basis of what? Caste. You said caste, color, creed, language, gender, place of birth. All these are the discriminating factors, right? And once there is a discrimination, it affects what? It affects somebody's dignity. And that person, the moment a person's dignity is affected, he suffers injustice, right? So injustice actually is the product of discrimination. So unless we who are in the field of law is actually aware of our solemn fundamental duty to protect the dignity of our fellow human beings. Your principal said about be human. No? Being human is the soul of any learning, she said. And particularly law. Because what is law? What is the sweetest definition of law? Let me ask you. Sweetest and shortest definition of law. Vice Chairman. She's in a different world, so we'll leave her free now. Tired, no? Having organized it. Sweetest and shortest definition of law is the mirror of life. Your ma'am spoke about change. Why the law changes? Keeps on changing. Lifestyle changes. Life situation changes. The mindset changes. Capacity of people to think changes. So it's a living organism. So it keeps on, it's a mirror of life. And when is the law made generally? Let me ask you that question also. What is the purpose of law? Let me ask that. What's the purpose of law? My dear friend, you had a very critical thinking. I want to ask what is critical thinking. What's the purpose of law? Ah. This function you want to close by at least 5:30 or 6? Maximum 6. And just 5 more minutes. I'll speak about this purpose of law. Just 5 minutes I'll close it. Purpose of law. Purpose of law. So I have no time for questions. Purpose of law are twofold. One, to prevent disorder in society, to create order in society. The whole problem with regard to Indian legislative process is that we make law only to prevent an abuse, only to prevent a disorder. Whereas if you see any lawmaking process elsewhere, they always make law to create order in society. We make law to prevent disorder in society. They make law to create order in society. You take any law, particularly in the criminal side, penal law, all laws. I spoke on the side of cyber law also. The moment we come out with a cyber law definition of an offense, that offense has changed. Right? So all of you know that, no? Because the people who are dealing with are far more competent than people who deal with the investigation or the lawmaking. So our incompetence, sheer incompetence and unpreparedness in that field is the telling issue. But generally I am saying we make law for preventing a disorder. What we need to do is actually to make law to create order in society. Who makes that law? So you don't have to wait for the legislature to make the law to create order in society. When I was just walking, I saw two pens just on the ground. So I'm sure you have, almost all of you or many of you would have, you saw two pens there. I couldn't resist taking those pens. Two good pens were just on the ground. I couldn't resist taking. So I picked up those two pens and gave it to your chairman. I said, no, somebody has left these two pens. It's also, so whenever we see a disorder, there is a duty, particularly a law-abiding citizen and a citizen who is aware of a civic responsibility and who is aware of fundamental duty to be a civilized person, has to be civil in his own conduct and also to be aware of his civic responsibility to be civil in his conduct while he deals with others. So if he has this civic consciousness about the constitutional, what are the constitutional values? What are the constitutional values? What is constitutional morality? This time is going. Constitutional morality. Constitutional morality. What are you learning actually in the law colleges? Constitutional morality is equality, liberty, dignity. These are the three pillars on which this whole concept of constitutional morality is built. So on this concept of dignity and equality, you must at least, you who all are in the field of law, having taken law as a profession, should be aware of your personal responsibility to be a law-abiding citizen, number one. Number two, a model in following law. Number three, a model in not taking pride in breaking law. Right? Even when you talk to somebody, when you sit here, he's breaking law. And you take pride. You know? I was simply sitting there. Also, what did I, speech was good. What did he speak? No, it was good. What did he speak? It was very good. Okay. You will solve it. Take something from here. We have a moral, legal, social responsibility to our fellow citizens, to our institution, to your family, to the society in general, and to the country, to be law-abiding and to be part of creating a society where there is no discrimination. At least let us not treat anybody based on the caste, color, creed, language, place, gender, or let's treat everybody equally. Dignity does not depend on one's language, color, or possession or position. Language, the dignity lies in being human. Where does this word dignity come in? Article 21 does not say dignity. The word dignity is coming in the very beginning of the Constitution. Where? Preamble. Where? When it speaks about constitutional values to secure to all citizens justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity, assuring the dignity of individual. And that is put even before the unity and integrity of the country. If you see the beauty of our Constitution, the preamble, dignity of the individual is given priority or predominance even before the unity and integrity of the country. Because this country values the dignity of the individual, and it does not depend upon the gender, caste, color, health, wealth, or language, or position or possession. It depends on your human existence. That is why our birth, our existence. So our existence is not an accident. So therefore our existence is for resistance. So please keep in mind, you said now, I'm just closing. We are living in an unjust society, number one. So I, having chosen law as a career, have decided to not to leave it as unjust, and I am determined to change it to a just society. And I will contribute my little might in transforming the society to a just society. And that is actually, you are called to transform your own mindset on legal education. Why am I a law student? Why am I a lawyer? Why am I taken law? Why have I studied law? Because having studied law, my mindset on equality, my mindset on dignity, my mindset on injustice, my mindset on discrimination, my mindset on oppression, my mindset on marginalization, my mindset on suppression of the weak, my mindset on outlook on the voiceless, all these should change, because you are called to be the spokesperson of those people who have no voice. You are the voice of the people without voice, not voiceless, people without voice. All the best to you. This is the transformation I expect in you people, from you people having studied law. Without this sort of a transformation, there is no point in changing the curriculum. So have this conviction, and all the best to you. God bless you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your profoundly enlightening address. Next, I invite Advocate Raju S. Nair, PTA Vice President, to address the gathering.
Respected Honorable Mr. Justice Kurian Joseph sir, Anishwari madam, Mayan sir, Malavika, Nandan, distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, and my dear students, the future of the country. Before coming to my assignment, may I tender my apologies to you for not participating in any of your previous programs because of the one special assignment given to me. I'm sorry for that. Whenever I get a call from Mayan sir or a Tanushree madam or a principal, I used to say, Madam, sorry, I'm not in Cochin. I'm at so-and-so place. Sorry. So then they used to put me in online meetings. Positively, I used to attend. This time, I don't want to disappoint Nandan and team by not coming and present before you. So, may I start with my duty. I feel proud to stand before you. Why? Anybody can guess? Can anybody guess? I am a product of this college. Now, I became the PTA Vice President. Thank you so much for everything for this college and this college. The theme of the national conference is very much catching, and future of legal education, innovation and practice reforms. Excellent. Have you ever done the introspection of today's program? Can anybody say yes? Otherwise, we'll have to do it. Where do you stand? What you have gained? What's your benchmark? You should fix it up. Otherwise, you will nowhere reach to your destiny. Destiny is in your hands, not in others' hand. That you should remember. Interestingly, Kurian Joseph Sir's given me an opportunity to rewind constitutional law. You must have heard about Section 65B of Indian Evidence Act. Now it has come, I think it is changed to 63, 63, no? Yes, sir, 63 BSA. Landmark judgment. Sir, if I'm wrong, please correct me, sir. PA Anwar versus PK Bashir. It will never go from my mind. Why? Because wherever I produce digital evidence, it was a nightmare for me. I have to choose hash value. It has to be certified. Moreover, Part B needs to be certified by an authority. It's an expert. I had to find who is the expert. You should have a computer degree. So many questions came in front of me. Now, by God's grace or by experience, I became the expert and I can do very well in digital evidence. And so many people are coming to me for seeking clarifications. I'm not, it's a fact. Likewise, one more interesting judgment. Triple talaq. Am I right, sir? Triple talaq of Saira Banu versus Union of India. And more interesting is that UAD, Aadhaar case, that Puttasamy case. Sir was also there in the constitutional bench, I think. Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Okay. Sorry for the correction. Okay. Yes, anyway, as said, we have to conclude the function as early as possible. So I don't want to elaborate or extend my timing. So I once again thanks for everybody for making this program a successful one, and I got feedback from outside my friend circle. It was excellent, and And you should remember, when I was the student of this college, there was no such opportunity, like no WhatsApp, no conference, nothing. Only just whatever the bare minimum requirement that we will meet. That's all. But now the circumstances have changed a lot, and you are getting all type of facilities. Make use of this. And I wish you all the best for a wonderful and successful career. At the same time, I should say thanks and appreciate Nandana, Malavika and other team members of this college union for making this this program as a well-organized one. And thank you so much, Tanushree Madam, Malavi, I'm sorry, Mine sir. Mine sir is officially, sirs, today is the last official day in this college. And we have a long-standing association with Mine sir. And thanks for the opportunity given me to stand before you and do my duty. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Mr. Nandan R., Chairman of College Union, to offer the felicitation.
വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന ആദരണീയനായ മുൻ സുപ്രീം കോടതി ജഡ്ജ് കുര്യൻ ജോസഫ് സാർ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അനുശ്രീ മാം, മൈൻ സർ, രാജു സർ, പിന്നെ ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന മുഴുവൻ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ് ടു ആൾ. ഇത് കോളേജ് യൂണിയൻ്റെ അവസാനത്തെ പരിപാടിയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ഒരു മലയാളത്തിൽ സംസാരിക്കാം എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച്. കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറച്ചു കാലങ്ങളായി നമ്മൾ നിരന്തരമായി ക്യാമ്പസിൽ പുതിയ തരത്തിലുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ, അക്കാദമിക് പരിപാടികൾ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന തിരക്കിലായിരുന്നു. നമുക്കറിയുന്ന പോലെ ഈ ക്യാമ്പസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നൊട്ടോറിയസ് ക്യാമ്പസ് എന്നറിയപ്പെടുന്നൊരു ക്യാമ്പസ്, എന്നാൽ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച നിയമവിദഗ്ധരെ സംഭാവന ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ക്യാമ്പസിലാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ഒത്തുകൂടിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ആ ഒരു ക്യാമ്പസിൽ നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറേ കാലങ്ങളായി ക്യാമ്പസിൽ അക്കാദമിക് മുന്നേറ്റം ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ക്യാമ്പസിൽ വിവിധമായിട്ടുള്ള അക്കാദമിക് പരിപാടികളായിട്ടുള്ള ഇൻട്രാ കോളേജ് മൂട്ട് കോർട്ട് കോമ്പറ്റീഷനുകൾ, ജഡ്ജ്മെൻറ്റ് റൈറ്റിംഗ് കോമ്പറ്റീഷനുകൾ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ നാഷണൽ കോൺഫറൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 2ാമത്തെ എഡിഷനായി നമ്മൾ നടന്നത്. കഴിഞ്ഞ 2024 ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ആദ്യമായി തന്നെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി സംഘടിതമായ ഒരു നാഷണൽ കോൺഫറൻസ് നമുക്ക് സംഘടിപ്പിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. എൻ്റെ 2ാമത്തെ എഡിഷൻ നിലയിൽ നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും റിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഈ ലീഗൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റത്തിൽ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും പങ്കാളികളാണ്. ഇതിൽ കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന മാറ്റങ്ങളെപ്പറ്റി വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്കും പറയാനുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളൊരു കാഴ്ചപ്പാടിലാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള കോൺഫറൻസ് ഈ 2 ദിവസങ്ങളിലായിട്ട് ഇവിടെ നടന്നു പോകുന്നത്. അതിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും അവസാന നിമിഷങ്ങളിലാണ് നാം എല്ലാവരും ഇവിടെ നിന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒരു അനുഭവമാണ് എനിക്ക് ഇതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് പറയാനുള്ളത്. ആർ യു സ്റ്റഡിങ് ഇൻ ദ ലോവസ്റ്റ് ലോ കോളേജസ് ഇൻ കേരള? ഇത് നിങ്ങളോടുള്ള ചോദ്യമല്ല. കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം ഇതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായി ഒരു കോൺഫറൻസിൻ്റെ നടത്തിപ്പിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായി വിവിധങ്ങളായുള്ള അലുമിനീസിനെയും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സീനിയർ ലോയേഴ്സിനെയും കാണേണ്ട സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായി, ലീഗൽ എക്സ്പേർട്സിനെയൊക്കെ. അന്ന് ഒരു സീനിയർ ലോയർ നമ്മളോട് പങ്കുവച്ച ഒരു അനുഭവമായിരുന്നത്. കാരണം അദ്ദേഹം ഈ ലോ കോളേജിലേക്ക് വന്ന സമയത്ത് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മുൻ പഠിച്ച ഒരു അധ്യാപിക അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ചോദിച്ച ചോദ്യമാണ്, ആർ യു സ്റ്റഡിങ് ഇൻ ദ ലോവസ്റ്റ് ലോ കോളേജ് ഇൻ കേരള? അതിന് പറയാൻ പല കാരണങ്ങളുണ്ടാവാം. അന്ന് ഈ കോളേജ് ഭയങ്കര നൊട്ടോറിയസ് ആയിരിക്കാം, അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടാവും. പക്ഷേ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച, ഏറ്റവും പ്രായം കൂടിയ കോളേജിലൊന്നാണ് നമ്മുടെ കോളേജ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പക്ഷേ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ചോദ്യം ഉന്നയിക്കാനുള്ള പ്രധാന കാരണം അന്ന് ഇവിടെ നിലനിന്നിരുന്ന ഒരു പൊതു കാഴ്ചപ്പാടാണ്. ടി വിയിലും കൂടെ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ബാക്കിയുള്ള മാധ്യമങ്ങളിലൂടെ ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർ കാണുന്ന ഒരു രീതിയാണ്. പക്ഷേ അതിൽ നിന്ന് മാറി ഒട്ടനവധി പരിപാടികൾ മറ്റൊരു ലോ കോളേജുകളും കാഴ്ചവെക്കാൻ പറ്റാനുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനമാണ് നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറച്ച് കാലങ്ങളായി നിരന്തരമായുള്ള അക്കാദമിക് പരിപാടികളിലൂടെ കാഴ്ചവെച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ കോൺഫറൻസിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി ഏകദേശം 100ഓളം പേപ്പറുകൾ വരുന്ന സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായി. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ അങ്ങോളം ഇങ്ങോളം വരുന്ന സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് വിവിധങ്ങളായ പേപ്പേഴ്സ് വരുന്നു. ഈ ലീഗൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനിൽ എങ്ങനെ മാറ്റം കൊണ്ടുവരാം, ഏതു തരത്തിലുള്ള മാറ്റങ്ങൾ കൈവരിക്കാം എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിലുള്ള വിവിധങ്ങളായ ഐഡിയാസ് ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി വന്നു. അതിൽ മികച്ച ഐഡിയാസ് നമ്മൾ ഈ കോൺഫറൻസിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി പേപ്പർ പ്രസന്റേഷനിലൂടെ അവതരിക്കുന്ന സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായി. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മനസ്സിലാവും ഈ കോൺഫറൻസിന്റെ ഓരോ സെഷനുകളും ഈ കാലത്ത് ലീഗൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനിൽ കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന മാറ്റങ്ങൾ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ എല്ലാ മേഖലകളെയും തൊട്ട് തലോടി പോകുന്ന ഒരു രീതിയിലാണ് നമ്മൾ കോൺഫറൻസ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചത്. ഇതിന്റെ മുഴുവനായുള്ള സംഘാടനവും ഇതിന്റെ മുഴുവനായ സാമ്പത്തികവും റിസോഴ്സ് പേഴ്സണെ കണ്ടെത്തുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളായാലും മുഴുവനായും വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളാണ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു കാര്യമായിട്ട് പറയാനുള്ളത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കുര്യൻ ജോസഫ് സാർ ലീഗൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷന്റെ ഭാഗമുള്ള സോഷ്യൽ ആസ്പെക്റ്റുകളെ പറഞ്ഞു വയ്ക്കുന്ന സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായി. തീർച്ചയായും നമ്മൾ ലീഗൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ പഠിക്കുന്ന സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ ഇന്ന് രാജ്യത്ത് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന അനീതികളെയും ഇനീക്വാലിറ്റീസിനെയും എല്ലാം ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ നാഷണൽ കോൺഫറൻസ് നടക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഇത്തരത്തിലൊരു വാചകം ഇവിടെ എഴുതി വയ്ക്കുന്ന സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായത്. അവർ ബർത്ത് ഈസ് നോ ആക്സിഡന്റ്, അവർ എക്സിസ്റ്റൻസ് ഈസ് റെസിസ്റ്റൻസ് എന്നൊരു വാചകം ഇവിടെ എഴുതി വയ്ക്കുന്ന സാഹചര്യം ഉണ്ടായത്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു വയ്ക്കാൻ അവസാനിക്കുന്ന ഇത്ര മാത്രമാണ്. From the lowest law college, from the same lowest law college, what we want to say now is, what we do now is to create a law college with better standard and better culture in Kerala. ഇത്രയും പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇനിയും ഒരുപാട് സമയം നിങ്ങളെ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായി ഇരുത്താൻ സാധിക്കുന്നില്ല. ഇനി നമുക്ക് വരുന്ന കാലങ്ങളിൽ കോളേജ് യൂണിയൻ അവസാനിക്കാൻ പോലും ഇവിടെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുണ്ട്. പല രീതിയിലുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനം ഇനിയും മുന്നോട്ട് പോകേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. ഈ പരിപാടിയുടെ ഭാഗമായി നിന്ന മുഴുവൻ വോളണ്ടിയേഴ്സിനെയും നന്ദി പറയുകയാണ്. ഇനി ബാക്കിയുള്ള പരിപാടികൾക്കായി കൊമ്പേറിങ് ഞാൻ ക്ഷണിക്കാം.
Thank you, Nandan. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very special moment in today's program. As minds are prepared to retire, we would like to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude for his dedicated service and invaluable contribution to our college. His commitment and presence have left a lasting impact on our institution and all those who have had the privilege of working with him. So, as a small token of our love and appreciation, respect, we would like to honor you today. I now request Justice Kurian Joseph, Advocate Raju S. Nair, and Professor Dr. Anusri Ma'am to kindly come forward and present this token of appreciation to our beloved Mindser. Thank you.
What's the meaning of the word guru, I asked? The meaning is actually one who removes the darkness in the minds of the disciples. Guru. And you have a professor here who has removed the darkness of ignorance in the minds of the disciples. You should be proud of that.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Mindser to share a few words with us.
Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, Anusri Teacher, Malavika, Nandan, PTA Vice President Raju Sir, my dear students. In fact, I think this is the second edition of our students-oriented efforts taken by Students National Conference. This year's theme is very good, excellent one, because what I'm trying to tell you is that I could witness different phases of legal education. As a student of law, and a very short time I was a practicing lawyer, and as a teacher. Changes have been made in different situations. In the examination system also, and in the study system also. From its annual schemes to semester system, and Bar Council of India introduces internship program to the college students, law students. Of course, all these changes have been made in order to inculcate knowledge or practical wisdom to students. I know that, in fact, when I started my LLB program, the only available career was only to practice. And in a very few occasions or very few areas we will be getting or placed in different employments. Now this system, now the society has changed a lot and many opportunities are there. So this kind of program is very much helpful to all students. I congratulate all my union members for conducting or organizing this program, as this is very much essential, beneficial to the student community and the future students who wants to learn law. Because once somebody wants to learn law or somebody wants to select a course, you all know that why we are selecting such course, what will be the achievements and what will be our gains. ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം നമ്മൾ നോക്കിയിട്ടാണ് സാധാരണഗതിയിൽ നമ്മളൊരു കോഴ്സ് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ ഞാനിന്ന് വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷം തോന്നിയ രണ്ട് കാര്യം, ഈ വാലിഡേറ്ററി ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ഞാൻ പങ്കെടുക്കുമ്പോൾ I could witness that our chief guest has given a very valuable information to you. Of course, ഈ ഒരു എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ ഒരു വാലിഡേറ്ററി സെക്ഷനിൽ കിട്ടാവുന്ന സാധാരണ വാലിഡേറ്ററി സെക്ഷനിൽ നിന്നും വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയ ഒരു ഇൻ്ററാക്റ്റീവ് സെഷൻ that is not common. So that is അതൊരു വളരെ വലുതായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയായിരുന്നു. അതിൽ നിന്ന് വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് അതിനേക്കാളൊപ്പം എനിക്ക് പറയാനായിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ തോന്നുന്നു, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ കോൺഫറൻസിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഔട്ട്കം നാളത്തെ ഒരു സമൂഹത്തിന് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കമ്മിങ് ജനറേഷന് അതൊരു ഗൈഡായിട്ട് അതിലൂടെ നമ്മൾ ലീഗൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റം മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുവരണം. എനിക്ക് തന്ന ഈ സ്നേഹത്തിനും ഉപഹാരത്തിനും എല്ലാത്തിനും നന്ദി. കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു 19 വർഷമായി ഞാനിവിടെ വന്നിട്ട് ഈ കോളേജിലേക്ക് ട്രാൻസ്ഫറായി വന്നു. ഇന്നലെ ആയിരുന്നു എൻ്റെ ലാസ്റ്റ് വർക്കിംഗ് ഡേ. സത്യത്തിൽ ഇന്ന് നന്ദൻ പറഞ്ഞു വരണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഇന്നലെ തന്നെ പോകാൻ നേരത്ത് നന്ദൻ ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് സത്യത്തിൽ എനിക്കതിൽ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷം തോന്നി, ഇങ്ങനൊരു പ്രോഗ്രാമിന് എനിക്ക് പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചതിൽ. എന്തായാലും വളരെ നന്ദി. ഇനി കാണാം. ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, sir. Before we move on to the vote of thanks, we would like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to Justice Kurian Joseph, former judge of the Supreme Court of India, for gracing this occasion with his presence and for sharing his valuable thoughts and experience with us. As a token of our respect and appreciation, we would like to present a memento to him. I now request Professor Dr. Anushree Ma'am and Main Abubakar Sir to kindly come forward and present the memento to Justice Kurian Joseph. Thank you. Now, I invite Varna Annu Saji, convener of Law Journal Club, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening. We have come to the conclusion of two-day national seminar on shaping the future of legal education, innovation, reforms and practice. This conference have paved way for worthwhil discussions on challenges on existing legal education and examined reforms that are necessary to bridge the gap between academic learning and professional practice. It's my proud and privilege to express heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, former judge of Supreme Court of India, for gracing this valedictory session with his distinguished presence. Your insightful address, drawn from the wealth of judicial experience and profound understanding of law, has greatly enriched this conference and inspired all of us. Thank you, sir. On the behalf of organizing committee, I extend my gratitude to Professor Anushree Ma'am for her encouragement and support for the conference. Thank you, ma'am. A big thanks to Advocate Raju S. Nair for his constant support. Thank you, sir, for always being with us. A special thanks to Main Abubakar sir for his support and presence in the conference. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks to our mentors, Girishankar sir and Manoj Kumar sir. We are deeply grateful for the time, effort and expertise you have generously shared with us. Thank you for being with us, for being our guiding force and helping us to shape this conference into a meaningful and enriching experience. We are extending our thanks to Principal in Charge, Professor Dr. Bindumol VC, for her support and encouragement for the conference. There are few sitting and former High Court judges who helped us to connect with the guests. We are expressing our thanks to all of them. Our sincere thanks to all the resource persons for those enlightening and thought-provoking sessions. Their scholarly insights, practical experiences, and valuable contributions have added immense value to the conference. A word of appreciation goes to authors and presenters who have shared their research and perspectives. Thanks to all the participants and presenters for making this conference intellectually stimulating and productive. Heartfelt thanks to our media partner, LiveLaw, for the invaluable support in promoting and publicizing the conference. We also express our gratitude to our refreshment partner Bharat Hotel for the generous support and excellent hospitality throughout the conference. As we celebrate the success of our conference, it's important to remember that such an achievement did not materialize overnight. It's an outcome of months of commitment, perseverance, and coordinated effort from our volunteers. Rather than a thanks, a big congrats to all our volunteers. It's our conference, it's our success. Your enthusiasm and your coordination behind the scene played a very crucial role in the success of our conference. So, it's a continuation of an initiative which is put forward by our former college union, and we hope to take it further forward. It's completely a students' initiative program, and we hope that it will be an inspiration for many students to bring such initiatives. So, once again, a big thank to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Varna. And thank you all for being part of this collaborative effort to shape a progressive, inclusive, and forward-looking legal education system. We congratulate and thank all the academicians, lawyers, research scholars, and students who travel from across the country to participate and present papers in our technical sessions. Your original research on legal tech, interdisciplinary study, and clinical legal education gave life to this conference. And we hope this conference has successfully pushed the boundaries of how we view Indian legal education, leaving us with ideas to build a more progressive, practical, and tech-driven future. Once again, on behalf of Government Law College Ernakulam, the College Union 2025-26, the Law Journal Club, and the Bhagat Singh Study Circle, I extend our sincere gratitude to everyone present here today. Thank you all. Now I request all the volunteers to stay here for a photo section, and all the participants are requested to collect their certificate from the certification desk.